Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is HD Starcraft and I'm here back for some more Starcraft 2 Heart of the Swarm broadcasting, and it's my pleasure to bring to you guys some matches from the DreamHack Stockholm 2013 Open event, which occurred about a week or so ago. And as you guys can see, they have a very cool interface here. It was actually a custom game built inside StarCraft 2, so they have their own layout, their own display here, and they even show what buildings are constructing here. So this is really cool. If you guys have already seen these matches live, then, you know, whatever. But if you guys want to rewatch it, or if you guys haven't seen it yet, then sit back and enjoy, because, ladies and gentlemen, today I will be bringing to you guys a matchup between the nine-tailed fox FXO.Gumiho as a red Terran player in the top left-hand corner of Belshir Vestige, and his opponent is none other than the glorious EG.Jaedong. He is going to be the blue Zerg in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. I am so excited to finally be able to cast for you guys a match with Jaedong. I mean, I've been waiting for so long to do a StarCraft 2 match with him. I don't think I've done one yet. So this is very exciting, especially since he's going to be playing against a really talented Terran player here. Gumiho is super good. He actually won 5 million won, which you know, is a decent amount of money. He won that in the GSL in 2013, I believe. So he's a really good Terran player. But Jaedong has been a beast. He's brought over that Brood War StarCraft original mentality into StarCraft 2. And through all the, you know, the streaming he does, the practice games he plays, even the practice he gets in-house with EG, many consider his mechanics to be the best, if not, you know, the best, literally, period. Because he brings over those Brood War mechanics. He's able to, you know, in Brood War, at Jaedong, he had to macro hatcheries individually. He had to build from larvae individually. You don't have this multiple building select or auto drone or anything like that. You know, he's a StarCraft professional gamer, and you know, those skills translate over to StarCraft 2. So he's got, you know, even though he started much later in the timeline than other StarCraft 2 players did, he's just risen to prominence, and he is extremely talented. He's playing here in the round of 8 of DreamHack Stockholm, and this is going to be really exciting for me, guys. I'm actually super stoked here. Cannot wait to see what happens. I'll be casting select matches from this tournament just because DreamHack was, you know, nice enough to go ahead and release the replays in this very cool format, I might add. So it's very nice. So I'll be casting select replays from their replay pack, and I hope you guys enjoy. So this is going to be Jaedong versus Gumiho. Gumiho, also known as the Towel Terran, because he apparently sweats a lot when he uses his mouse, so he puts a towel over his mouse when he plays. Is going to be playing against my childhood hero, Jaedong, and he's got a Reaper coming out right now. It's going to be making its way down to the bottom of the map. Initial Reaper openings very strong nowadays in Terran versus pretty much anything, and this is designed for Terrans to be able to get a quick early scout into the Zerg base, figure out what's going on, and if they can get a little bit of damage done, then that's great as well. But most Zerg players are very good about keeping their drones alive. I would not be surprised. I would actually be very surprised to see Jaedong lose a single drone to this Reaper at all. But look at the micro right here with Gumiho just running rings around the hatchery, trying to keep it alive, and now is finally going to go ahead and get out of the main base, deciding that it might be wiser to wait for his second Reaper to come, although not too sure where it is. It's actually on patrol duty back at home, so I guess there's only one Reaper, and it looks like one of the eggs might have been canceled back here. I really like this layout with the drones showing over the eggs. It just kind of shows you what a building is producing, what it's researching, and whatnot. So it's very nice and handy to have here. Very cool layout by DreamHack. Anyways, Reaper going over to the bottom left-hand corner, checking to see what's going on. Doesn't see any expansion there. No quick third for the Zerg player. I will remind you guys, this is a best of 3, so first player to 2 wins in this round of 8 is going to take the victory. I'm not going to be casting games like in any particular order. I'm just going to be selecting games from this tournament that I think are really cool, but I will cast the series obviously in chronological order, so I'm not going to do like game 2 first and then game 1. But yeah, Gumiho here still trying to figure out what's going on, trying to hop inside, doesn't see anything too funky yet. I'll still be using the tabs up here just because I'm used to those. I'm not really used to reading off of this bottom one. But as you guys can see so far, Jaedong building a lot of roaches. He's got 7 roaches on the way here, and he's got Zergling speed coming as well. Now, note, he hasn't grabbed the 3rd expansion yet, so it is possible he's planning to do a big attack at the front door. He hasn't. Keep our eye on the production tab. If he starts to produce drones, that's usually a good sign that the Zerg player isn't committing to the attack, but he is not producing drones. He's just producing more and more Zerglings, and they do have Zergling speed now, so I do believe he's planning a major attack here on the Terran side of things. Gumiho just kind of running up the ramp a little bit, exploring, but realizes, hey, there's roaches coming, and in fact the Zerglings have already made their way over to the natural expansion. I cannot pull up how many workers have gone down this game for some reason in this format, but it seems like these Zerglings might have gotten a couple of kills. I actually cannot read because there's no display either, apparently, which kind of sucks. Maybe I should have opened this game in standard mode. Maybe it would allow me to see those things. But anyways, Jaedong coming in here, trying to get the surround on these Hellions. He is going to be able to do that and pushes the army back home. Meanwhile, the Roach is doing a bunch of damage here. The bunker trying to keep the SCV's trying to keep the bunker repaired. Widowmine coming out as well. You can see Gumiho was trying to make the transition into Neck, but now his base has been breached. He was trying to go for a greedy macro Terran style with the macro command center, but this is not going to work out for him as Jaedong has broached the front door, and now he can actually do a lot of damage. He's going to force all the SCVs to pull off the line here, forcing themselves to be used as bodyguards, essentially. I like what Gumiho's done here, though. He's not going to allow those roaches out of the base now because he's got the upper hand. Even though he's going to lose a ton of SCVs, it's almost like he's forced to do this. If he were to lower the supply depot, these roaches would have just gotten out scot-free, but he's got to kill these off, and he is going to be able to do that, but at what cost? 18 SCVs remain here. That is a debilitating amount of workers to have at this stage in the game, especially against a player like Jaedong, and Jaedong is going to continue to flood the front gates. The bunker is about to fall. The bunker has fallen. In fact, there weren't even that many troops inside to start with. One Widowmine at the top of the ramp here, but it does not detonate on the group of Zerglings. And now these Zerglings are actually going to be able to leak on by, but a Hellbat comes out, and the Hellbat, will he be able to hold the line? It looks like he will. Just the presence of that Hellbat right there is scary enough for the Zerglings. And Jaedong decides, well, you know what? I know Zerg. I've been playing it for years. In fact, the majority of my life has been dedicated to playing StarCraft 2 and StarCraft 1, obviously. And I know how fire affects Zerg, and it does not end prettily for Zerglings. So he's playing it carefully here. Doesn't want to risk running everything up into those Hellbats, which essentially are fire bats on steroids. Except they lack stim, I suppose. One supply depot is going to drop here, and Gumiho really taking a beating now. You guys can see that his supply, actually it's very hard to see the supply. You'd have to look at the bottom here, but Jaedong is up to 67 and Gumiho is only at 36. So not a very good supply vantage point from the Terran player. From his side of things, and what is Gumiho gonna do here? I'm sure he's sweating up a storm on his mouse and keyboard right now. Would not want to really be using his peripherals, but you know, he's got a towel. So well, how will he stand up to Jaedong and his relentless aggression? You know, this is the one thing that made Jaedong so great in StarCraft Brood War, is not only just his sick macro, but his micro and his you know, his sense of when to go for the kill, when to go for the killing blow. It's just really, really good. So yeah, we'll see what happens here, but it looks like he's going to go ahead and back off just a little bit. He is producing Mutalisks now. He's got 6 Mutalisks on the way, and he's got +1/+1/+1, so 1/1/1 on the board here. He's going to be invading the Terran airspace pretty soon with Mutalisks, and I really like this because Gumiho has been so focused on just trying to rebuild, trying to re-establish you know, some type of order to the chaos, and he's not going to be expecting an attack through air. He's not going to be expecting an air bombardment, and unfortunately for him, that's exactly what is coming. He doesn't have any missile turrets up. He has no early warning beacon. He does have a medevac coming here. I can't actually tell what is inside the medevac. It looks like 2 siege tanks or 2 Hellbats, though, and it looks like it is going to be 2 Hellbats, but this army is going to be dispatched up pretty easily. I doubt it's going to do much drone damage. Meanwhile, the Mutalisks, though, are just going to rip through the SCV line, and Gumiho has to GG. EG.Jaedong is victorious. If you guys recall, Jaedong used to have RC at the end of his name in Brood War, so now he's just called EG.Jaedong. He is victorious. Congratulations to him. And anyways, guys, that was really, really cool. Very excited to be casting games from these high level players. I'll be bringing to you guys game 2 after this, so please do stay tuned. It's going to be Jaedong versus Gumiho game 2 next.